welcome to La Casa. Take a seat.
And feel like home.
Period. Hola.
Hola, como siempre.
Aquí estamos, una semana más.
Yeah.
Again.
And today with the topic that is something that I think about a lot. We talk about a lot.
I actually think it's like very on point right now because we record this typically at my house at around 7, okay? When we first started recording, it was really dark outside, but now it's so bright.
True.
Because like spring, you know? And spring always feels like starting over, which is today's topic, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you said that, like, I think, was it last episode or the episode before that? Like, you also said that about spring. It was a breakup episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that about spring.
Oh, because people were breaking up.
Yeah, but it's also
For
starting over, which is true. Yeah, it's very true. Like, summer's coming, you can feel it, it's very bright. You're right. Yeah.
What's your favorite season?
Summer. I'm like, I need sun. I need, like, I don't know.
And she's a German, you guys.
But she can tan.
She can tan. It is true.
I feel like in summer people are just like more happy. I
have to agree. Like the moment you kind of have like free will in the sense of you decide what your vacations are gonna look like, you decide what you're gonna do in summer. Like actually you need to keep yourself occupied during summer in the sense of it's not your parents being like, yeah, we're going to go to this place, whatever. It's like you.
Adulting.
Yeah, I actually think it's way more fun. Like it's nice when you have somebody to do it for you, like in the sense of when your parents like plan a vacation where they pay everything and you don't have to worry about anything. That's nice. But like being able to plan a trip with your friends or just being like, I have this day off, I will go to the pool, I will do like these things.
Or like a barbecue. I fucking love barbecue.
Period.
So good. Like just gathering your friends, hanging around, having good food, good chats. Like that heals my soul.
Absolutely. Plus, I feel like people just don't get depressed on summer.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably do, but
the brightness and stuff helps for sure.
Yeah. And the fact that like people have a lot more energy. There's a lot of parties if you like to party, but there's also like a lot of events that are outside, which I think also promotes about like feeling good and stuff. Summer is a great season.
It's a great season, and maybe also like this is like a good thing to talk about our topic, which is like starting over. And I mean, I moved here 7 months ago,
right?
And I also moved here.
It was like the start of summer, right? Or like late spring
in August.
Oh shit!
Like,
it was like
full on August.
Yeah. Summer,
and people were like, "Why the fuck are you moving here in August?" This is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I have to say, like, I also moved to Spain because, of course, like it was only like partly of like a part of my reasons, but also because it's great to live somewhere where you can be on vacation all the time. Like I also love the city. The only thing that we don't have is the sea, which makes me a bit sad. But I know that we can drive to the sea.
You really can't have everything.
That's
and Madrid is perfect as it
perfect.
is. I think putting a sea like near it would like kind of become a little bit of Barcelona vibes, which nothing against Barcelona, but it's just not.
Also, we can just like take a car and go somewhere.
Period.
And no, but I was walking with Hannah, like one of my friends here, an Irish girl. She moved here like 5 years ago or something. Like she's been living here for a while. And we looked at each other and we were like, it's crazy. Like we live here, but we feel like we're on vacation like every day, you know? Which is, of course, we have normal lives. We are working, we're doing this, we're struggling with like normal people's things, but we live where we want to live.
That's actually like I share that feeling as well. Yesterday, what was I doing yesterday? I went to have bubble tea with one of my friends and I had to go walking because I am not young anymore according to the state of Madrid. So it's like I don't want to spend a ticket in the subway if I could just like go walking. So I was walking on the center, which is a little bit chaotic, but it's like it's mostly to walk. You know, like, well, especially where Hannah lives, she lives like in the center. So no cars, like only like cop cars and like ambulances and stuff. But like for the rest of the nearby places, you don't get too many cars. It's a walkable city. And I thought about the TikToks of like American people coming to Madrid, or not necessarily Madrid, but like a city in Europe, and they're like me with my friends or my lover walking in a walkable city and stuff. And it was always like funny to read, because it's like obviously you don't get to do that as much in other countries, like in my own country or America, for example. But it's so nice it's like it hits me from time to time to be like, fuck, I live here, you know, like I really did that. I feel so good here, starting like the life for myself and actually getting to enjoy it and not being like, I feel like some people have moments in their life where they have to be in places where they don't really want to be. In my case, I used to live in another city before coming to Madrid, and even in my own country, my sister right now, she's living in a city where she's not passionate about that city and stuff like that. And it's like, I think a lot of people maybe take it for granted. Maybe the people who are like originally from Madrid, they think maybe Madrid is overrated, but it's not. It's just
no, I feel like those people that are very like, all the Madrilean people that I met, they were like really like, I love the city so much.
Yo.
The last girl I went out with, if you're seeing this, sorry that I'm exposing you, but it's good for you.
Exposure.
She said she always, like, I don't know what the fucking people here have with their water, which I don't think the water is that great. Sorry.
Me, I'm the people who think.
Sorry. Like, all my friends were like, it tastes like chlorine. I drink it every day, which I think it's okay now.
Your friends? What friends? Your German friends?
Yeah. German water is really good. Really good.
No, pero no como la buena de papá. Sorry.
All the Madrilean people here is your ally. She said she's always bringing a bottle of water. She's going like through the security on the airport. She's like, I have to drink it before, but like I'm gonna bring my bottle of water. Like
that would be
what the hell?
No, because it's like if you have traveled to other places in Spain, maybe not necessarily Europe, but the water in Venezuela, I don't even remember, but I know that it was not good. But when you go to Barcelona and you drink the water there, Valencia, like it's so obvious to me. Like I always forget when I go out of Madrid. I'm always like,
this is so great. Yeah.
I can't drink tap water, and the tap water, if I can drink it, it's not as good, man. Like whatever the fuck Canal Isabel Sofia, whatever her name is, you know, it's like what did she do to the treatment of the water that it's so good? Because in other places it really tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
And I stopped drinking water altogether.
Grand.
Also, bottled water has like a particular taste.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Así que, pues eso.
I want to tell you like a little story that made me very brave before I went away, because I think also you moved from like a different continent.
I think you might have been a lot more braver than I was.
I mean, I'm also moved to like a different continent, but this is like something that I want to share because it made me brave. It was like one of my friends she's American. She used to work with me in Germany and she didn't speak any German. And before I went away, I mean, I moved to Sydney for my ex-girlfriend for a hot minute.
Lover girls.
Yeah, what can I say? No, it was also because I just felt that I didn't belong anymore, and so I was like, okay, I gotta start over and I might as well just try and go there.
Yeah.
But she told me, Hannah, there are gonna be so many people in your life that you don't even know now, and you're gonna love them so much. Like so much. You didn't even meet like maybe half of the people that you're gonna love.
That's so true.
And you don't know them now, but you have to be brave and go and see them and like meet them and whatever. And she told me like, when she went away from home, she always listened to a song where it says like something like, she's afraid, but she's doing it anyway, something like this.
Okay.
And she said like she always listened to that song and she was like, I was mortified, to be honest, to move to Germany from the US, but it was like such a good decision. I met so many incredible people. And I think sometimes, even in Germany, I had that in the city that I was like, did I meet everyone already? Like I am always, my heart is always open to expand it to new people. But sometimes I felt like, is that it? But then I went on traveling and like started over and I was like, no, that's not it,
it's
man.
not even the beginning.
No, for real,
sure.
no.
That's actually so pretty. For me, it was kind of like different because
You didn't want to say.
I didn't want to stay. I actually, it's like my heart is actually close to meet people here, so I need to go. And also, I felt like I was not doing it alone, because even though I came to Spain and I was living in a different city, my brother was here in Madrid, and we like took the plane together. And I spent like, I don't know, less than a week here in Madrid, and then I went to Pamplona, and my ex-boyfriend was there. So it's like I was not completely alone, starting from zero, scratch. I don't know anyone here. Plus, I know the language. Plus, I already had a citizenship. Plus, it's like I just need to get used to the culture, which is like my mom was raised by Spaniards. So I know some things. It's not like it's so foreign to me whatsoever. And I haven't lived in any other country. I don't know if I will ever live in another country. Maybe, probably, but like probably in like a lot of years from now. Which I think when you're older, you get easily scared about things that didn't scare you before, but also braver on things that you found mortifying. Like breaking a bone. Maybe when I was younger, it was like, okay, sometimes you just fall and you break a bone. Now I'm like, I cannot break a bone. I will literally die. I don't know why. It's like, if I have surgery, it's like, oh my God, I can. But when I was like younger, I maybe even a little bit wanted to have surgery just because I thought it was cool, you know? And people go to the hospital and like they bring you things and stuff like that. But when you are older, it's like, I was so afraid before of talking to new people, to going to places alone, to traveling alone and things like that. And when you grow older, it's just like, it's easier in that sense.
I think you just have to like also put yourself out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it is fucking scary at the beginning.
And in the middle and in the end, to be fair. I mean, it gets easier, but I feel like you always get, 365 days a year give you a lot of time for you to feel very good in a place, and also have days to be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, am I really in the place that I want to be? Maybe I made the wrong decision, blah, blah, blah. You have other things that tell you.
I have that like a lot. Even though I'm very like happy here. I think when I was younger, I never understood people that were like, I'm starting over all the time. Like, that's it. Like, a breakup, I'm gonna go to another city.
Right.
Whatever, I'm gonna start over.
That's very healing though. Like, after a breakup, it feels very dramatic. You feel like you're the main character, which you are. You are the main character of your life. When I had my first breakup and I moved to Madrid, I was like, you don't know this Victoria yet. I haven't even met her, but she's new, like brand new.
No, I get that. Also, you get, I don't know about you, maybe because it's like your culture and stuff, and maybe it was also the traveling, but I think I've gotten so much braver, but also I've gotten so much more careless. Like, I would do so much more shit here than I would do in Germany. I don't know why. I'm like, judge me. I don't know. You're like 3,000 kilometers away. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I have thought about that because newsflash, I have a trip for Japan or to Japan in October, and I was thinking that I'm probably like, maybe I'm romanticizing, okay? This is a very big trip for me. But it's like, I feel like I'm gonna feel so free there, because it's like, bitch, I don't know anyone. They cannot even understand me. Like, I can, it's like I'm not even here. Like, I'm I don't know, like a ghost,
undercover,
you know? Yeah. So
spy, whatever.
maybe that's something that can happen to you here as well, because even though you know a lot of people here, it's not like, you're not gonna run into your brother or your dad, you know, or like your teacher from middle school. It's like, I'm a different person here. I can be someone different every day, and not a lot of people, like in the street, they wouldn't notice, you know?
Yeah, but still, like, I moved to the other town, and it was like, let's say 3 hours away by train. And there was like one guy from my school that also studied there, and I met him like 4 times. But I felt...
For what?
There's like a crazy story to that guy, because he was one of the guys that I truly didn't like, and then he ended up in like a really close friends group of mine. Like.
Okay.
And I was like, hello.
Okay.
But he changed.
People can change.
Yeah,
they can start over.
Yeah. Also, hot people in school, this is like a weird interference, but I feel like hot people in school are meaner than they are in uni.
Of course, because hot people in school peaked in school, you know? And when you're hot in uni, you probably weren't that hot in school, you know? So you kind of had to like work for your glow up.
No, but this guy was like hot in school and he's
hot
even hotter in uni.
En serio?
But I hope he never saw, I didn't want to give him the credit.
Ver para creer, chicos. Ver para creer.
Yeah, he's really hot. But yeah, I was like, he's so much nicer. That's great. Love that.
That's awesome when people heal.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No, but I think about starting over, it has to do like so much with like fear. I started over the first time when I was 14. I was like bullied in my first high school, like severely bullied. And I remember it was like an act of self-love or something. I went to therapy and my therapist was like, okay, you gotta change schools. Like there was no other way. It was either this or like nothing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna change schools. In therapy, I also gained like a bit more self-confidence because I was a very not confident girl at that time. What I did was I went to Urban Outfitters. I got myself my first leather jacket from my own money for like 100 euros or something like that.
Period.
And I put it on the first day and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be myself. I really was like someone else for like a hot minute from 10 till 14 or something. And so I really tried to like be myself in the new school, which kind of worked. I don't know. But yeah, that was like a crazy starting over because you're so small and you don't know anyone, but you're still in the same city. But I feel like sometimes if you want good things to happen, you have to really overstep that fear. And that's like really hard for people.
To risk a lot. I was also thinking that starting over sometimes looks a little bit smaller because moving to a different country is very big. But I feel like starting over, it's like I feel completely brand new when I get like a new piercing done. And I mean, I can tell you that I thought I was starting over my life when I started getting tattooed. Like, it's like, there's this, not necessarily like a new me. I think it's more about how you said it. Like, I'm trying to be me now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But in a new way that you haven't seen before.
I always think that when I get a new tattoo, like I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm a bit more me. So I really get that.
Yeah.
Like,
And that makes you like kind of want to, like, it really mentalizes yourself. Mentalizes, is that a word?
I don't know, but I
mentalizarse.
I understand what you want to say with it. So
yeah, it kind of like focuses you. How do you say it? Okay, it kind of makes you focus like on yourself and like your goals. Like it kind of like builds a bridge. On Saturday, I went crazy and I bleached my eyebrows. I feel new. I feel brand new. Also, when I changed my hair color, I would say when I went from brunette to blonde, I was like, this is such a start for me. Like, I am unstoppable now.
I feel that with my new, like,
of
tattoo.
course, girl, that's so fucking crazy. No la había ni visto. That's crazy. That's crazy. She got like a very cool tattoo and a very big one as well. And I think maybe people don't understand this because I don't feel like there's any...
But I feel like people understand this because it's like a thing. If you break up, for example, you're like, no, I need a new haircut. Or like, no, I need a new piercing.
But
no, I need
what
a new
I'm trying to say is like there's no victory in the suffering of getting a tattoo. And I feel like you're a better person if you suffer more or suffer less. But this fucking tattoo that Hannah got, like that shit was like a strength trial for real. And she passed it with like flying colors. So an applause for Hannah and her beautiful tattoo.
12 hours.
Starting over. 12 fucking hours, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. On her ribs. So like that's a lot of... I mean, I would say maybe it wasn't 100% of the time she was in excruciating pain, but she was tense, like from the moment she began to the moment she finished.
The last 3 hours I saw God.
Oh my God.
For sure. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. No, but yeah. Do you think like, would you start over like from scratch again in your life?
I don't know, to be fair, because I feel like starting over would mean a lot of things for me. Like for me, like to be like a complete start over, it would be like I break up with my boyfriend.
Yeah, just you, yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
move to the other side of the fucking country to a place where it's not even my native language, and I actually don't know anyone. Because like even if I move to Australia, I have like 3 friends there already. You know, so
Australia's a shit big continent.
I know, but I wouldn't be like in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know, I would be in the Golden Coast or like Sydney or something like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's like, where can I move? Literally, like maybe Canada, like something like that, like very, very far away for me to start over. And it would be very traumatic because it's like I would leave my family, all my friends. Like also, I would have been going through a breakup if that were to happen. You know, so it would be like very intense. A lot of things would have to happen for me to start over again. I do think I will start over in a different way. I would like to live in another city that is not Madrid. Which city, you ask? I don't fucking know.
Because Madrid is like the best city.
That's a part of it. And also it's like I'm very picky about maybe where I know I would feel like very good. And there aren't a lot of cities where I have been there and I've been like, I would totally live there.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be like Islas Canarias, which is not even a different country. It's still España, but you know, it's like an island. So it feels a little bit different. The people there are a little bit different. Have you ever met un canario?
No, I haven't.
Bueno, pues eso. It's like the Spaniards, but like if they lived in South America for a little bit, you know. Bueno, am I gonna get canceled for saying that? No sé. Like Amsterdam, because I think I like the vibe of the people. I have been there like a couple of times and I always have a good time. I really like how the city looks. I feel like it's not too different from what I already am used to, so it wouldn't be too tragic. And maybe
but
like
it's
Berlin.
Colder, but
I know.
Berlin.
See,
I would never.
like
never
the good German person.
I have thought about this so much because I've got so many friends in Berlin and so many people asked me before, would you ever move to Berlin? I would never move to Berlin. Like,
I mean,
never
it's obvious that I'm probably romanticizing. I know that every city, every country has its own different things. When I'm talking about moving, it's not like, and I plan to live there 20 years.
Yeah.
It would be like 2 years stops.
2 years.
Stops. Like, and then I have to come back to Madrid because she has my heart for real. My sister now, she's working in Paris. And I would hate to have to live in Paris. No shade to Paris. I have some friends there.
I love Paris to visit, but
to live there, I would literally die. No. Well, this episode became like us reading the cities. I would never live in Italy. I would have to say that. Sorry to the Italian people.
Also no. But that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think after having started over 2 times in 1 year, last year, I would say I really don't want to do it again. I would if I wanted to, but they were like so different. Like, you are my closest friend here, and then my other closest friend here is Soph. Soph is from Sydney, where I used to live.
Mi tamagotchi.
Do it, feed it. Okay, break.
Ay, se me va a morir la puta mierda esta. Me está dando la espalda y todo, eh. She's so angry at me. I'm so sorry,
no.
baby. They them actually. I don't know what they are. I think she's angry at me.
She's angry because you're not happy, like you're not playing with her.
I don't want to play with her.
Pet her. Can you pet her?
No, I can. Dios, this is so bad. I'm so sorry. Perdón, eh? Okay, now we're back. I finished playing with this thing and I think I'm gonna ask them to go to sleep. It's already late and Mama has to work, you know? Listo. She is sleeping peacefully. So,
okay, for all of you guys listening, I am probably gonna cut this really short because you can't even see this little bitch. But take a look because it's great. Like, really look at us on YouTube.
Go watch on YouTube as well.
So, like, she's one of my really closest friends here, and she's from Sydney.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Australia, like when I moved to Sydney, I was only hanging out with Latin American people and Spanish people.
Yeah.
Which was also essentially why I decided to move
here.
Also because of my ex, but just like the whole culture, mostly Latin American culture, really got me. But I don't know, like it was so polar opposite, those 2 beginnings. Maybe also because I was going there for her, but also for me. of course, also for me. And then I met some cool people, but I never felt like I truly belonged. Even though Australia is like such a vibrant continent, like it's so interesting to live there. And I really like living in Sydney, but I never felt like, whoa, yeah, I belong here. When I moved here, which I had like broken up 3 months before that, whatever, like a lot of things happened. And I moved here not knowing, like I knew like 2 people, but they were not even here. So I moved here, and when I was in the hostel, I was on Bumble BFF. I was like, okay, I need friends, I need a job, I need a place where I can live.
Yeah.
But I was like completely alone, but still I felt so good.
Yeah.
And then I met so many people that I love to death. So I feel like those 2 new starts of me were so different. And I think sometimes you just don't really belong into a place, which is okay, you know?
Totally get that. Totally get that. When I moved to Pamplona, it was like I was going to start uni, so I knew I was gonna meet people whether I liked it or not, which I very much would have liked to have friends, like that was a given. But I arrived in April to Spain. Actually, I don't know where I went exactly, but like soon is like my anniversary. And like uni didn't start until September. So I had like all those months before uni, and I was scared shitless, to be fair, because I was like freshly 18 and I was going through a lot of emotions of being like, okay, I did want to leave. I'm not sure this is the place for me, because it is true that when I stepped foot in Madrid, I was like, I love her so much, I want to live here one day. And I knew I was gonna live here eventually after I finished like a degree or whatever. But even though I spent 3 years in Pamplona, I never truly felt. And I made a lot of friends, and I had a job, and you know, I lived in different places, which made me like really get to know the city. But it's like, yeah, this is just not my vibe. Like I can have a good time. I can have a good time probably everywhere, but it's not like it was not for me. And I felt it instantly with Madrid. So yeah, I don't think I would like to start over again. I mean, I would have to say I have a friend that she went away like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and she went to Sydney. Because she did like all the things that Spanish people do to go to Sydney, basically. And she's living her fucking best life, to be fair. And I think the life that she's living there is like very on the go all the time.
That's very Australian.
Of course. And I think it's like, but she's the type of girl that needs that type of tempo. So it's like, I don't think Spain would have sufficed, you know. And she's from Madrid, and it's like, I don't think, even though she had like all her family, like she had so many friends here, she had always like good plans, it's not the same as there, you know.
Maybe that's also like, if you just really feel within yourself that you have to start over, in the sense of, even if it feels really good, but you know you truly want something else because you don't belong somewhere, you want to try your luck in a new country, even in a new job, or like doing your own shit because you're like, I really want to put myself out there or whatever. Like, it's gonna be hard in a way, but if you feel that, maybe you have to go, even if something is good-ish, you know?
I think that's maybe what happened to her. She had a great life here, but I think that's also like, even if you have a good life, you know that you have that as a backup, you know. And I think we talked about it in the last episode.
You can always come back.
You can always come back, and it's like, we are still very young. So like, if not now, when? Like, my ex-boyfriend moved to, well, I think he wanted to go to Australia, but he settled for New Zealand because I don't know what was happening in Australia or whatever. And he had wanted to do that for so long. And it's like, okay, you did that and you moved to a completely new place. I don't know if he's gonna stay there forever, but it's like, you sometimes just need that fresh start, like to reconnect with yourself, to see the world in another perspective, let's say. So yeah, I think it's important.
And also, if some things are maybe like not working out for you, then taking a step into another direction of your life might help finding those things that are not working out for you. Because like, I feel like I would be fucking unhappy, for example, working a 9 to 5 in a publisher in Germany.
Right.
Because I would not pursue the things that I really want to do.
Yeah.
Working in different jobs here and like doing the jobs that I maybe not love but I'm okay with doing gives me more of the, or like the whole thing like led me to, okay, what are my strengths? What do I really want to dedicate myself to? And it maybe gives you the ability to like see your life from a different perspective that you wouldn't have seen if you wouldn't have gone the step into like another direction.
Yeah, I think maybe there's also like a ceiling.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like if it ain't broke, then you don't have to fix it. But I always think it's very interesting when people like never leave the place where they were born, you know? I saw it in Pamplona. There was like a lot of my friends were from there and they were like, no, I want to stay here in Pamplona. And for me, I was like, damn, bitch, you're crazy like that. Because it's like, for me, it was not like, it didn't have like a lot of stimulating stuff. So I found it like very interesting that they had like enough love in that sense of like just being okay with doing the same things forever. I don't think it's necessary for you to like to start your life over in another country, but I do think it's like such a enriching experience. Like you learn so much, you mature so much, and it's like I would actually recommend it. Like you don't need to do it, but it's like a very good experience.
And you also like fall so many times probably that you're like, okay, I mean, trying doesn't hurt that much.
Period.
Like the thing that maybe even more women, they don't get that like teached when they're younger. The confidence which men have when they apply for jobs, when they try new things, whatever. But I feel like I gained that confidence with like moving to different places, because in Sydney I had to go to like, I don't know, 100 places and apply for a job and be like, hey, and they all rejected me. Or like maybe one place didn't, and then I had like a trial and it was terrible and I felt like complete garbage, and then I had to decide, okay, do I really want to work here and really feel terrible or whatever? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're going through so much stuff, but you're getting so much braver. When I apply for jobs now, I apply for jobs that maybe I'm not qualified for, but whatever.
Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows? Like, you know, so
fake it till you make it.
for real. So, but I think that's something that comes with starting over, trying new, putting yourself out there, you know? I think a lot of people that stay in their box, which I have to say, my brother, he's polar opposite to me. He's a Taurus as well. Very stubborn, just like Aries. Aries and Taurus is like,
no?
Yeah, 12th of May. I asked him, he's still living with my parents, and one day I was like, why the fuck are you not moving away? He's 3 years younger than me, so 25. And he was like, you know, I just like it. Like, I need the routine. Like, I feel really comfortable. I kind of don't want to go right now. And he's someone
That's such a Taurus thing.
like, he really loves that and he cherishes that so much. And I think he wouldn't want to live any other way. He's going to move and probably leave Frankfurt now, which I think is a good thing. But still, he's going to stick to his little thing like that he built himself. That's fine. I mean, if that is how you tackle things in life, that should also be fine. But
yeah,
I think for a lot of people, moving on, moving away, doing stuff can like expand your horizon.
I agree.
Starting over.
So maybe if you are seeing this or hearing this, maybe take this as your sign to take the leap and go do something crazy for real. I feel like a lot of people forget that we have free will, and it's like, I mean, not something crazy like kill someone, but something crazy like, yeah,
if you've always wanted to do this one thing, then do it. Or if you're scared to like move somewhere or like start something or whatever, take the first step or start over, like break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and then just do it for real.
Yeah.
Take this as your sign.
Pues, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. And yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.